This is a little video aimed at those who use fat loss clubs, groups, wherever. Now I know people use them and also train and do weights. This isn't for you. This is for the people who've been to those clubs, lost a significant amount of weight, put it back on, and are now confused why it won't come off. Right, so the first thing we're going to do is talk about 2 points. There's a lot more behind this, but I've tried to simplify it. So if you sat there watching it going, wait, me, I know, chill your boots. For everyone else, we're going to talk about 2 things. Set point, right up here. Genetically predisposed weight. As you grow up, your body will want to be around a certain weight. Done, that's it. Could be 80 kilos, whatever. That's where your body wants to be. Next point is the one that we're interested in, settling point. Based on your lifestyle. So say you grew up eating burgers, chips, whatever, did no exercise, ballooned, and now you're in a position where you want to lose a bit of mass. Because of the way that you treated your body, mistreated, your settling point now is probably heavier than your set point. So you've gone to your fat loss group and then they've promised to get the weight off you, not necessarily fat, weight. So let's talk about how I would do it and how most people who do it properly would do it. You'd work out what you're eating on a daily basis and then drop a couple of 100 calories every day, and then you'd be in this deficit, calorie deficit, because let's not kid ourselves, the only reason you lose weight is because you eat less food than the energy required to live on a daily basis and to train. Yeah, it's just an energy deficit, that's it. So I would drop your calories, and then when I do it slowly, your settling point will drop to there. So you previously, settling point was 100 kilos. Now we've done a good diet for maybe 3-4 months. Settling point might be 80 kilos now. Do we want to maintain? We sit there for a little bit, let your body get used to it, drop calories again, and then we go through this systematic, sensible dieting process. All the while doing that, we're lifting weights. Strength training, bodybuilding, whatever you want to do, however you enjoy it, we're lifting weights, and we've got a fairly decent amount of volume. We're not doing it once a week, we're doing it a couple of times a week. Right, so how do your fat loss clubs do it? They take your calories without knowing what you need on a daily basis and drop them right through the floor. So you could need 3,000 calories a day. Doesn't matter, they're giving you 1,200 a day now. Because of this aggressive drop, your settling point doesn't change. So when you go through this, you've lost your weight, which has probably come from water and muscle mass, and it's detrimentally affected your metabolic rate. So then you eat properly again, balloon up, you're right back to your previous weight, and you think, I'll just repeat the process, but you think, it's so much harder now, isn't it? Because you've detrimentally affected your metabolic rate. You haven't trained, so you've probably lost a lot of muscle mass. You haven't prioritized any proteins. You've just gone, well, you know, they've said I can eat 5 slices of bacon today. That fits the book. I've no idea what calories I'm having. I'll just do what it says. Yeah, you're lighter, but now you've come back up here and you can't lose it. And that's why those fat loss clubs, for me, I don't like them, because they put people in a false sense of security and it makes you reliant upon them as if they have the magic pill. There is no magic pill other than long-term sustainable action. That is a drop in calories slowly over the course of weeks to months. Alongside that, there's also a lot, I would like a high volume, within reason, of weight training. Now, why are we concerned about muscle? Without going into metabolic rate, other than muscle helps your metabolic rate, muscle has its own set point. So when you build it, you will look in better shape. As you lose fat mass, muscle will show better, you'll have a better physique. Then you want to diet again. If you have muscle already, when you diet, prioritize your protein, which we do on this side, then to build the muscle up that you previously had, because inevitably there will be a little bit of muscle loss in a diet, it's only going to take a fraction of the time to rebuild. So let's say you do lose, but then you eat a little bit of junk and you start to rise again and get a little bit bigger and chubbier. That's okay. You can instigate this sensible calorie deficit, but because you've got muscle, when you get down there, you've prioritized your protein, it'll come back, and it'll come back at a much shorter time than you previously spent trying to build it. And I think that's everything. So, fat loss clubs, good for support, but not necessarily ideal. You want to lose weight properly, you want to lose fat. You want to build muscle, lose fat, change your settling point. Don't be aggressive with your deficit. Now, a little bit of a crossover. Aggressive deficits are used for mini cuts because it takes advantage of this. If I was which I'm not, if I was a 10% body fat builder, bodybuilder, and I wanted to shred what I had fat on me, but then go straight into a surplus and start building, I'd use this because it potentiates muscle gain, which means that when I go into an aggressive deficit, already having a lot of muscle and low body fat, my settling point stays the same. So as soon as I refeed afterwards, my weight will shoot right back up and it will help my body build new muscle mass with minimal amounts of fat. But I'm treading over a different line there. So we essentially use the same principle. Best thing to do, slow calorie deficit. Best thing to avoid, aggressive deficit. And I'm going to stop labouring the point now.